Hello YouTubers and fellow Whovians, and once again welcome to another Doctor Who DVD review. This time it is Delta and the Bannermen. So the front cover of this is badass. You've got the 7th Doctor, an explosion with the coach. You've got Delta with her gun. And you've got the Bannermen, who are on the left. And I've got to say this, it's a pretty decent looking front cover, and it's all in the countryside as well, so it looks all innocent, but there's a lot of shit that goes down in this, and you got a bit more of the countryside there on the side. This was written by Malcolm Cole. The time, 1959. The place, the Shangri-La Holiday Camp, South Wales. The Doctor and Mel want time out. The hedostonic alien Navarianos wants to catch some vintage rock and roll, and 2 CIA agents want to know what happens to their country's missing satellite. When the beautiful Chimaron princess Delta shows up on the scene, murderous Bannermen soon follow in hot pursuit. The stage is set for a fiery showdown that will decide the fate of an entire civilization. Commentary by Sylvester McCoy, Sarah Griffiths, director Chris Clough, and script editor Andrew Cartmel. But first, this Andy Crane presents a contemporary children's TV feature on location with the cast of Delta and the Bannermen. We have interview rushes, extra material from... But first, this interviews from Sylvester McCoy, Bonnie Langford, and Ken Dodd. Wales Today, a BBC Wales news report on the making of the programme. We have Part 1 first edit, the original first half-hour edit. Hugh and Us, an interview with Hugh Lloyd. We have Clown Court, Noel Ennemans and Sylvester McCoy present outtakes from Delta and the Bannermen. Strip for Action, a look at the comic strip adventures for the 7th Doctor. Really good special feature, probably the best one out of the lot. And the rest are the usual ones. So we have Trails and Continuity and Photo Gallery and all of that bedazzle. The story was originally broadcast on BBC One between the 2nd of November and 16th of November 1987, produced by John Nathan Turner and directed by Chris Clough. The liner notes by Niall Boyce, and Clayton Hickman did the cover. And the runtime is 73 minutes. This was only 3 parts long because it was in this time they started doing 3-part 25-minute episodes. So there is your leaflet, and there is another picture of that awesome front cover. Overall, what do I think of this release? It's jam-packed with loads of special features, as you could tell from everything I just read out there. The best one easily being the strip for action 7th Doctor. It's quite really good. I mean, I'm not all that much into the comics, especially when it comes to Doctor Who, but it's quite interesting to learn about, considering that his Doctor continued beyond the TV series in the comics and in all of the Virgin New Adventures and all of that. So that's one of the reasons why I was really interested in it, and why I ended up really liking that special feature. All the other special features are good as well, like the on-location interviews with the cast and crew and all of that, the Noel Edmonds section. All of that is great. So overall, special features, they totally get full marks from me on this. They really did a good job on this. As for the story itself, I don't think that this story is great. It's not that memorable. Sometimes it doesn't feel like a Doctor Who episode, or a Doctor Who story, I should rather say. There's a few elements in it which just feel a little bit all over the place. But having said that, I think that Delta and the Bannermen, it's easily my favourite story from season 24. Because season 24 itself is a pretty terrible season, right? And I think that it's the best one. It's the best story out of season 24, absolutely. Sylvester McCoy gives a top performance. It's much more like what his Doctor would become in later seasons. And Delta is a fascinating supporting character. quite a fascinating subplot going on there. And the villains, the main villain, is alright as well, to be honest. I've got no real complaints with the villain or any of the other characters. I'd say that the only real complaints I have is probably there's a bit too much going on, especially for a story which is only 3 parts long. It doesn't take itself seriously, though, this story, and I think that's one of the key things, really, and I think that's probably a reason why I quite enjoy this. There's just something about this, there's something charming about it, whether it's the chase scenes or just the confrontation between the Doctor and the main villain at the end of the second part. There's just something about it which I quite admire, and well done for them doing it, really, because at this point the programme was really suffering. So really it was quite a little bit of a breath of fresh air, but it's far from the amazing heights of what the show once was or what it would become in later years. So yeah, that's my review of the DVD release of Delta and the Bannermen. All I can say is, if you're a big fan of the 7th Doctor, pick this up, otherwise I'd wait for a while. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next one. So stay tuned for that. Bye for now.